Welcome into KC Sports Tonight. Thanks for joining us in between Royals games. Got a doubleheader today with yesterday's rain out, so we had a disappointing one this afternoon, 12:45 start. Got another one coming up at 6:45. And actually a lot of news in both of these games. So we're going to start with the former, yikes, Gabe, 3-0 lead with St. Joe's Noah Cameron at the mound. He comes out, bullpen takes over, gives up four in between, I think, the 7th and the 8th. Go to extra innings and end up giving the walk-off single, giving up 2 runs in the 10th, walk-off single to lose the game. So pros and cons. We have a couple lists you can see on the side there. Jac Caglianone getting his first hit today. I alluded to Noah Cameron continuing his historic start, seeming less like a fluke now and more like a pattern. Top takeaways from this loss game.
Honestly, everything was good outside of the bullpen, but how much can you really complain about a bullpen after they gave you 6 1/3 of no runs on Tuesday night to help you win?
Yep.
So I know that it's frustrating. It feels like, at this point, Royals have 100 games left in this season. They're 32-30, and you can go through the 30 losses and probably feel like 22 to 24 of them they had a chance.
1-0, 2-1,
whether it's the
3-2.
offense just needing to do one other thing or a couple weird bullpen nights. I can think of the walk-off in Houston. I can think of this one today. I think that's the sign of a team that is going to compete well into the season, but it's also frustrating nonetheless, and specifically to be up 3-0 and to get another quality start. Noah Cameron is in conversations that only Fernando Valenzuela has been in terms of going 5 straight starts to begin your career with 6 innings or more and 1 run or fewer. So he's been incredible. That's a good sign. You got a Jac Caglianone hit. You got another solid Vinny day.
4 hits,
And so when I say day, he still has another game to contribute to it. You got another solid Vinny game. So I think that those things are encouraging. I was curious as soon as they lost, I looked it up because they had reached 5 runs, and I tweeted this out. The Royals entering Friday were 9-0 in games where they scored 5 runs or more. Since Friday, they are 1-2 in those games, so they're 10-2 on the year. So typically, you know what? I think that the Royals can live with the offense coming to life a little bit more. The quality of at bats. I think Tuesday night they had 13 hits, and today they had 12. And so they're getting guys on base. They're improving the chances, and they're starting to deliver.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sunday they had 9 and had nothing to show for it.
So those signs are getting better, and I think that, again, another evidence of a quality start. You're going to get quality starts or something close to it out of your starting pitching more often than not, and your offense bailed you out and your bullpen bailed you out on Tuesday night. If anything, the series is 1-1, and it probably should be 1-1. And if you want to do the things that the Royals want to do this season, you go out tonight and you win the series in the rubber match.
That's what we talked about on, I think it was Sunday or probably would have been Monday, is go 2-1 in St. Louis and then sweep the White Sox and come home with a little bit of momentum. Gabe, let's pause on that. We're going to jump around a little bit on this rundown today for those watching us. Noah Cameron, I remember the day he got called up, we were like, wow, how cool he'll get to, wear a Royals uniform.
Yeah.
Like, it was just more of a moral victory for us that, oh, cool, a local guy getting a shot. Putting his name legitimately in the history books, as you mentioned today. It feels like every game we're getting the first time since second pitcher since 18 whatever.
Yeah.
I know you follow the farm system. How impressed have you been by what Cameron has done since getting this opportunity and, making a strong case to stay in the rotation for the long haul?
Yeah, I can specifically speak to – I've spoken to a friend of mine who, growing up in high school, played travel ball with or against Noah at several points. And he said, if I'm being honest, he's probably not the guy I would have picked as – this
that guy's gonna
big
be
leaguer.
Conversation for rookie of the
year.
But
that kind of goes to show you how baseball development is so odd, and guys can progress in different ways than you maybe anticipated when they were 16, 17, 18 years old, and why guys go in the first round all the time out of high school who end up doing nothing in the major leagues. And so I think that this is another solid sign in the Royals pitching development, which has improved more lately, whether it's figuring out Chris Bubic, whether it's developing Cole Ragans and turning him into something immediately once he got traded for. This is more evidence that things are kind of turning in the right direction for Royals starting pitching, where you look at last year, one of the things that made the Royals rotation as good as anything else was that they could turn to the fifth starter and they could get a decent outing more often than not out of a guy like Alec Marsh for most of the start of the season. And so whether you can rely upon another 4 months of Michael Lorenzen, whether you can rely upon another 4 months of Noah Cameron, he's at least giving you quality outings more often than not. And another sign of positive things in Omaha this week, Kyle Wright went out and had a really solid rehab start, so he's getting back, and it's just good for the Royals to have options because, as we mentioned, I know he's coming back from the IL, but Cole Ragans has been injured this year, Seth Lugo's been injured this year. You're probably not going to get the same level of health luck as you did last year with the rotation, so you need different options. Noah Cameron has provided that, and he's been well beyond anyone's dreams. You'd hope that he would keep you in every game. He's done more than keep you in every game, and the Royals' offense, for the most part, hasn't always delivered for him. Speaking of the first time that they played the Cardinals, and then today it was the bullpen that squandered what should have been his third win of his career.
Yeah.
But he still has a .85 ERA through 5 starts, so no one is complaining.
Not bad. Yeah. You alluded to this a little bit, but previewing tonight's game, Cole Ragans returning, rejoining the rotation since I think it was May 17th. He went out with that groin strain. Groin strain?
Yeah.
It was a groin strain.
Yep.
Lugo was the finger. You get your ace back. Certainly no bad news there. We've talked a little bit about the pitching, but just being able to bolster the starting pitching lineup. How do you feel about tonight's game?
Well, I think that of all the people in the rotation, he's probably been least close to what you would expect coming into the season from just a production standpoint. 2 and 3 ERA in the 4s. There's certainly been things to be desired from Cole Ragans, but it's good that he's back. The rehab start that he went on in Double-A, Matt Quatrero said his stuff was good. The line didn't look good, but most of the time, major league pitchers, when they're going down to Double-A, are making that first rehab start. They're not necessarily focused on, I need to really grind through getting outs here. It's more of working on their pitches and getting everything back in line. I'm interested to see how it looks tonight, but to just talk about what we just spoke about with Noah Cameron, I think that Ragans coming off the IL and the corresponding move not being sending Noah Cameron back down speaks to how good he's been, because that was kind of what people thought was when Ragans goes on the injured list and you're like, okay, we're going to need to get 3 starts out of Noah Cameron while he's gone, or at least 3. He outperformed expectations so much that now the rotation is at the point where you have 3 left-handers in there, and they all kind of do different stuff. With Noah Cameron's pitching to contact, Chris Bubic has one of the highest whiff rates in baseball this season, and then Cole Ragans can beat you with the fastball at a different level than even Bubic can reach. So that's really encouraging to see.
Let's bump back to the one topic we touched on but didn't really dive into, which is Jac Caglianone getting his first big league hit tonight. Not much really more to dive into other than that, but still nice to get kind of the monkey off his back. And I think there's a lot of anticipation. We were talking about that with John Ray. It was just like, I was just waiting to get that first hit, and there's so much pressure to get the first one. That's done now. How'd you feel about, watching Jac today? 1 for 4 still, so 1 for 9 now, but certainly making good contact, and today driving in a run in a close game.
Well, the trivia question, hopefully when his career blossoms over the next couple years or next whatever half decade plus, of who did Jac Caglianone drive in his first RBI, being Salvador Perez. I think that's pretty cool for Royals fans and for the different eras of Royals baseball to collide in that respect. I thought it was funny. seeing the hit, I had to go to the MLB.com just to see what the exit velocity was on it. He hit it 92 miles an hour, which sounds pretty hard. It was pretty hard, but was not as hard as several of the balls that were hit right at guys on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So just kind of goes to show a little bit of the luck of baseball. But it's a good sign. Good to get the monkey off of his back of getting a hit. And he also made his first put out. He was 1 for 1 on balls hit in his direction turning into outs, which I'm sure is a relief not only to him but to the
Rusty
Royals because
is
I mean
pumping
they were saying
somewhere.
on the broadcast, Joel Goldberg was saying, talking to Rusty Kuntz, that he, even though he played outfield in the minor leagues, he didn't get the ball hit to him too often.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to have to learn real time in the major leagues
and he had to find a good route to
get
that
exactly.
one
it was not just a
him.
routine fly ball. So good sign. And tonight he's in the lineup against a lefty, which it's a little bit of trial by fire. So we'll see what it looks like.
Yeah. Probably, I mean, not that it doesn't have anything to do with him, but the Royals offense since he's come up has been great.
Yeah, it just looks longer.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it, and that's what you previewed when we talked about 2 weeks ago when it seemed like Caglianone's call-up was a distant couple months away. Also kind of cool today, Cardinals made sure he got the ball, and then Caglianone gave that ball to his dad, which is pretty cool because we now have listened to him in his the video that the Royals posted where he announced that he got the call-up, I guess. He said, I got to go call my dad, and his dad was there today.
Yep.
Cameras kept cutting to him. So to be able to give him that first ball, I imagine, was pretty special. Okay. Gonna look ahead to the other big event happening tonight, which is Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Gabe, are you an NBA fan? What's your kind of
Yeah, I mean, I watch everything.
That's
so
the one thing here in Kansas City where you have to kind of ask people, like NFL,
and you just have to. And well, if anything, it's like everyone has varying levels of it. Of either you're not interested or you're interested, but you're only interested in certain players, or your rooting interest is aligned with something else that's un-NBA related and or not geographically aligned.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what it looks like tonight. It'll be on next to the Royals.
We do have some local ties. One being Johnny Furphy, who I was very anti him leaving Kansas after 1 year. I thought he could have benefited off of another year, but he gets the last laugh.
I think KU could have benefited from him being
that
back.
as well. Goodness gracious. And then Gabe, you pointed out a second one, VP of Basketball Operations, Kevin Pritchard, also former Jayhawk. So if you're listening to this and you're kind of neutral or on the fence and you're a KU fan,
you're probably leaning for the Pacers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that Furphy's going to play much. He's played 23 minutes and 7 appearances, and most of that has been mop-up duty. But
it's a ring nonetheless.
And notably, if somehow the Pacers win, I say somehow because the Thunder are one of the larger favorites in NBA Finals history. It would be 4 straight years that a Jayhawk has won the title. Andrew Wiggins, 2022 with the Warriors, Christian Brown, 2023 with the Nuggets, and then last year, kind of a similar situation with Johnny Furphy, not a guy that necessarily played a lot, but Svi Mikhailuk with the Celtics was on the roster.
Yeah, I skipped Svi because I was thinking about the last two.
Yep.
Gosh, it felt like that Christian Brown title was just last year.
Yeah, I know.
Goodness. So you said 2023. I'm like, yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's it we have for today. Royals game coming up at 6:45 tonight. Again, NBA Finals kickoff tonight. I keep saying this, but looking forward to this upcoming Tuesday. Jac Caglianone making his Kauffman Stadium debut. I think it's going to be absolutely crazy at the K. Hopefully a nice night. And then Caglianone makes his KCTV5 debut on June 15th, 10 days from now, so next Sunday. Royals host the A's on KCTV5 and KSML. But that'll do it for us today. Same time, same place tomorrow. Gabe, thanks so much.